Hello, my name is Adrian Loretto. Real quick to show what I know, what to do and what I've done. I want to use footage from this trip I took to South Korea in 2015, and I decided to make a small project to get some experience in video editing. So first, I grew up in a small town in Illinois called Manalain. My hobbies consist of playing video games, watching movies, listening to music. So when I was thinking of what I wanted to study, it had to be one of those three things. Because it's like if you want, I feel like you want to have a job, it has to be a job that you enjoy. So why not have a job at something you love doing, right? So when I went to school, that's what I wanted to study, one of those three things. So I tried three different classes to see what I preferred doing, what I really enjoyed working with. Even though I like these to like watch movies, play video games, or listen to music, I wanted to see what goes behind to creating that stuff. As far as where I grew up, like I said, it's a small town in Illinois. It's not really, it's like a small little suburban area where there isn't much things going on. I felt very limited in the place where I grew up. So let's talk about a little bit of my strengths. I adapt real quick and I can learn new stuff just like that, like just hands-on. Working under pressure. When it comes to work, like I'm always like super focused. So I remember that every time I had to present something in front of a class, in front of people, I would get nervous. I can say that I've worked on it. Putting yourself in front of a camera is like putting yourself out there to the world, especially if you're gonna put it in the internet or something. I try to always look at the camera, so like if I was looking at the person I'm speaking to, even though it is, like I said, a weakness of mine, it's something I work on. Finally, as far as goals for my future is, ever since I was a kid, I had this imagination where I created characters, stories. Like at first I was into comics, so I wanted to try making comics, mangas, whatever, stories like that. And it's crazy because I never even realized it, but even my teachers used to tell me, whether it was in elementary school, middle school, well, I want to say middle school and high school, and even college when I wrote papers. But whenever I took literature classes, my teachers were always impressed with my work. I remember one teacher specifically coming up to me. It was like a Latino literature class, and she came up to me and she told me if I had plans, like if I already knew what I wanted to do, and I wasn't so sure at the time. And she told me you should really consider literature. And at first, I thought I don't want to write. I don't want to be like an author or something. I don't want to write books. That's what I thought she meant. But then I realized later on that literature is more than just writing books. The process of creating is literature, and I enjoy creating stuff. So I didn't realize it back then, but the stuff I wanted to do was literature. And back when I was a kid, I used to just create these little characters, write these stories, plots. I had this whole world imagined in my head. So as far as my goals, that's what I'm gonna do. I want to create more content, possibly have a brand one day. I do have like a channel on YouTube, and I make a couple of videos, and hopefully one day I can turn that channel into a brand, if that makes any sense. I mean, I have a whole plan, it's just like, it's in the process. Maybe one day inspire people to be creators. I hope you see that I still have a potential to grow. That was my first project, obviously, first one I ever made, so it might be a little wonky, but I just want to show with what I did as like in the beginning. And then, I mean, obviously, with practicing my craft, I have improved. So I hope you take that into consideration and give a fellow creator a chance.